Josh of ATHLEAN-X.com. Got a little quiz for you today. Look at me doing this side delt raise. Tell me which one is more effective for building muscle. You see, I'm doing one variation where I'm using a lightweight, really lightweight actually, and I'm going really slow on the way up, really focusing on the muscle. And then I've got this version where I've traded in my perfect form to move some heavy-ass weight. And I'm doing more of a cheat lateral here. You've seen me do both on this channel. Matter of fact, I've covered videos on 5 reasons to lift heavy and 5 reasons to lift light. And people sometimes got confused by that. But Jeff, you can't do both. You need to do both. As a matter of fact, if you want to experience max growth, you better do both. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to try to simplify it for you. You see, if you look at the first variation there, done with the light dumbbell, which I'm going to demonstrate again here, what we're really trying to do here by using light dumbbells is overload the concentric. And when I say overload the concentric, I'm talking about the positive portion of the rep, the part where you're moving the weight up. And what we're trying to do when we do that is deliver as much focused tension on the muscle we're trying to build. Now remember, I said this is about aesthetic end goals, muscle growth. We're not talking about performance. I'm going to get into that in a second. If we're looking for just aesthetic muscle growth, then what we need to do is focus the tension on that singular muscle that we're trying to develop. And in order to do that, we need to slow it way down, because momentum is the biggest killer of the success of this type of training. You see, if I come here and I get close and I try to do my side lateral raise and I lean in and I allow it to just go a little bit with some momentum, with my torso coming this way, or my traps getting involved to lift it up, what we're doing is we're actually defeating the purpose of the focused tension right here on the middle delt. So what I want to do is I want to act like I'm going to try to sneak my hand underneath a fence here, right? Not allowing it to come up as my trap comes up, but actually allow it to kind of stay down and focus the contraction right here, because this is the middle delt from here to here. So we want to contract that, and I covered that with that video with Jesse in our hard gainer video. So we come up and we try to go really slow, and you'll be surprised at what the weight is you're going to have to lift to be able to accomplish this. Even from maybe 6 or 7 reps, get ready to drop the weight a lot, because you're not going to be able to do this with really strict form without having to drop that weight a lot. But forget the ego hit you take because you're doing that. The fact is the results will go way up because you're delivering the tension where it needs to be. But then we do need to hit the heavy stuff, because if you don't deliver the heavy training, then you're not going to be able to overload your eccentric, because your heavier dumbbells and your heavier exercises are meant to be a vehicle for overloading your eccentric when you're training, and that is the stretch portion or the lowering of, particularly in this case, this exercise, the lowering of the dumbbell. And what we do here is we want to make sure that we allow the other muscle groups that can safely help us to get into this position concentrically to then lower the weight down. If you can't get there safely, or if you're using too heavy a weight here, don't bother, because you're doing more damage than good in the long run. I'm talking about smart eccentric training. It's a necessary component of a complete training program. So what you do is you allow now this ability of your torso to help a little bit, and your traps to help a little bit. And you're going to use maybe even some of the rear delt to help get that dumbbell up. And when you get to the top now's where all the action starts. Is can you eccentrically control and slow down that dumbbell on the way down, and challenge yourself there to get stronger in this portion. And see, as these fibers get overloaded here, where the real muscle growth lies, because this is where the damage occurs that allows our body to rebuild itself bigger and stronger. So as I come down here again, what I'm trying to do is get the eccentric and then even get a little bit of a stretch here by allowing it to cross over my body. So I come up and I'm fighting, and I get a little bit of a stretch, and I kind of use the momentum to get it up to the top, and I come down. But again, I'm doing this all safely with a weight that I can actually handle, but much heavier than what I was doing initially. And I talked about that third component as well, and that's athletic training. You see, because it's not always about aesthetics. If you want to become big, strong, and functional, then you better be understanding of how to incorporate an element of power as well, and that is speed applied to your strength. So now what we'd probably do is find that we're going to have a middle ground, not the light weight and not the heavy weight, but a weight in between, that we can execute our strength and realize the strength we have, but in a much faster way, adding speed to it. So being able to concentrically explode through the rep and control it on the way down. And that is where true athleticism lies. And training without all 3 of these elements is leaving a hole in your training. But the idea is this: you need to do them all. Don't let anybody ever tell you that light training is bad or heavy training is bad or either one of them is too good or what. They're all necessary, guys. You need to do them all. The idea is you need to know when to do them, how to stack them all together, so you're not overdoing one in the pursuit of another. You just need to know how to kind of put them together into a training plan that makes sense. I've actually put them all together already for you in ATHLEAN-X. I lay it all out for you step by step. They're all important. You can't overlook any of them. The ATHLEAN-X program is over at ATHLEAN-X.com. In the meantime, if you found this video helpful, if you kind of finally grasp onto the concept that you need to be multi-purpose and multifaceted in your training, which I hope you've already garnered here by watching our videos week after week, then make sure you leave a comment and thumbs up below. And also let me know what else you'd like me to cover here, because this came as a sort of a follow-up to the video I did this past weekend on using 30-pound dumbbells and still being able to get a really intense workout because we're incorporating new techniques into the way we train with them. All right, guys, I'll be back here again soon. Leave your comments and thumbs up, as I said, and I'll be back here in just a couple days. See ya.